Hello, welcome to Temple Baptist Church. We're glad you decided to join us for our devotional time. We're going to be in 2 Kings chapter 4. We'll probably look at verses 18 through 26. I know that's a little bit more biblical Bible reading than I normally do. I normally encourage you just to look at one verse, but I think we need to read this. And what we have here is this wealthy woman from She recognizes Elijah as a holy man. She recognized him. Her and her husband had built him a house for him to use when he traveled through. And so we're going to get into a little bit of the story of that. And the child grew. Now it happened that one day that he went up to his father, to the reaper, and he said to his father, my head. So he said to his servant, carry him to his mother. And when he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knee till noon, and then he died. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of God, shut the door upon him, and went out. Then she called to her husband and said, please send me one of your young men and one of the donkeys, that I may run to the man of God and come back. So he said, why are you going to him today? It is neither the new moon nor the Sabbath. And she said, it is well. Then she saddled a donkey and said to her servant, drive and go forward. Do not slacken the pace for me unless I tell you. And so she departed and went to the man of God at Mount Carmel. So it was, when the man of God saw her far off, that he said to his servant, look, the Shunammite woman, please run now to meet her and say to her, it is well with you, it is well with your husband, it is well with your child. And she answered, it is well. Well, and like I say, the story here is that she had met Elijah and Elisha. I'll get it right in a minute. I get those two people mixed up. But anyhow, and they built this house for him, he was traveling, for him to come in and have a place to stay. She didn't want anything in return, and she lacked nothing except a child. She wanted a child, and so Elisha had promised her that she would bear a son, and she did. And however, though, the child died suddenly. That's what we read about here in 2 Kings. The child died suddenly, and she didn't bury him, did she? She didn't bury him. She just went in search of the prophet. She knew where to go when this happened. Elijah notices her from a distance. He doesn't go. He just sends his servant. And son, and stranger than she replied, when Elijah said what he said, or the servant said what he said, to please run now to meet her and say to her, it is well with you, it is well with your husband, it is well with your child. And what did she answer? It is well. This woman, I think, was in severe anguish, but she maintained her confidence in God, and Elisha's restored the boy's life, didn't he? I mean, we know that. And so, God is faithful and can be trusted regardless of what bitter distress we may feel. Loss of a loved one is always stressful. Maybe they went through a battle of illness of some kind, or maybe it was just sudden, maybe it was an accident, whatever. But, and we experience tremendous grief, don't we, when that happens? This woman was experiencing tremendous grief. Here she wanted a son, she has a son, now her son has suddenly died, and she's doing that, constantly have to remember that God is helping me. I'm okay. We miss that loved one that has died. Sure, we miss that loved one that has passed for whatever reason they happened to them. Only, we could name this and name that. Doesn't matter. They're gone. But, we miss them, but we have to trust God to give us strength. It is well. That's what she said. God, didn't do for others what he did for this woman's son. He hasn't restored any of my loved ones that have died that I really wanted. Not, you don't really want them to die, but young age, that kind of thing, he just didn't bring my loved ones back. But that's okay. He knows what he's doing, but just think about, and the Father's embrace. These that have gone on before that know Jesus Christ as personal Savior, they're in the Father's embrace. They're in heaven. There's no more suffering, no more sorrow, no more crying, for the former things are passed away. And that's good enough for me. I think it was good enough for this woman when the servant said, it's well. Don't worry about it. It's well. Well, it is well with those that have gone on. If you're distressed today or feeling low because of something that has happened to a loved one, a friend, or whatever, just remember that they are with God. Come and be a part of our services here at Temple. We meet on Sunday mornings. Our first worship service is at 8 o'clock. Then we have Sunday school classes at 9. And then we have our second worship service on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Then we meet Sunday night at 6 and Wednesday night at 7. May God bless you is our prayer.